Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to something a bit different. We reacted to the European Union explained.
Yeah.
The last I heard about the European Union was Brexit.
That
was the last thing I heard about the European Union. But yeah, we're going to be getting some explanation. So guys, if you guys are looking forward to this one, you know what to do. Smash that sub button, like the video, comment what you want to say.
Yeah, man.
Let's get out of the video.
Let's get it out, Mick.
Get it, bro.
What the fuck, Yanni?
Obviously here somewhere, but much like the European continent itself, which has an unclear boundary, the European Union also has some fuzzy edges to it.
Okay.
To start, the official members of the European Union are, in decreasing order of population, Germany, France, the United Kingdom, Italy, Spain, Poland,
United Kingdom? This video was probably a bit...
Romania, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Greece, Belgium, Portugal, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Sweden, Austria, Bulgaria, Denmark, Slovakia, Finland, Ireland, Croatia, Lithuania, Latvia, Slovenia, Estonia, Cyprus, Luxembourg, and Malta.
Cyprus?
Wow, Cyprus is in the EU. Wait, which Cyprus?
Yeah, okay, not the one we are in.
No, not the one we are in. Huh? Yeah, same things.
EU will probably continue to expand further out as there are other countries in various stages of trying to become a member. How the EU works is hideously complicated and a story for another time, but for this video you need to know
all the countries in Europe,
things.
right?
First, countries pay membership dues, and second, vote on the laws they all must follow, and third, citizens of member countries are automatically European Union citizens as well. This last means that if you're a citizen of any of these countries, you are free to live and work and retire in any of the others.
Damn!
No, that's classic, bro.
That's smooth like butter.
Wait, but... Okay, they didn't mention Russia, though.
Russia, I think they mentioned Russia, I think.
No, this is Russia, huh? The big flag, wasn't it?
Huh.
Especially if you think your country is too big or too small or too hot or too cold, the European Union gives you options.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
By the way, did you notice how all three of these statements have asterisks attached to this unhelpful footnote? Well, get used to it. Europe loves asterisks that add exceptions to complicated agreements. These three, for example, point us towards the first bit of border fuzziness with Norway, Iceland, and Little Liechtenstein, none of which...
Wait, Iceland is literally far away from
them.
them.
First bit of border fuzziness...
I mean, it's an island, I guess.
I've never studied,
It's an island,
I thought it was like Europe, but it's considered Europe.
Yeah.
Iceland and Little Liechtenstein, none of which are in the European Union,
mean,
but if you're
Cyprus,
an EU citizen, you can live in these countries, and Norwegians, Icelanders, or European Union, but if you're an EU citizen, you can live in these countries, and Norwegians, Icelanders, or Liechtensteiners can live in yours. Why? In exchange for freedom of movement of people, they have to pay membership fees to the European Union, even though they aren't a part of it, and thus don't get a say in its laws that they still have to follow. This arrangement is the European Economic Area, and it sounds like a terrible deal were it not for that asterisk which grants EEA, but not EU members, a pass on some areas of law, notably farming and fishing.
EU, European Economic Area. Iceland, Norway, Liechtenstein. Wow.
Something a country like, say, Iceland might care quite a lot about running themselves. Between the European Union and the European Economic Area, Iceland might care
Kron, I think.
Quite a lot about running themselves. Between the European Union and the European Economic Area, the continent looks mostly covered, with the notable exception of Switzerland, who remains neutral and fiercely independent.
Wow.
Wait, that's true. What the fuck? Like, they're just surrounded by EU countries.
EU countries, they're not part of the EU.
Her participation in the Schengen area. If you're from a country that keeps her borders extremely clean and or well patrolled, the Schengen area is a bit mind-blowing because it's an agreement between countries to take a meh approach to borders.
Yeah,
in the Schengen area,
I heard that. Like, you can literally walk
because it's an agreement between countries to take a meh approach to borders. In the Schengen area, international boundaries look like this. No border officers or passport checks of any kind. You can walk from Lisbon to
Belgium
Tallinn
and France, right?
Belgium, France,
and Germany.
Without identification or the need to...
Wait, Lisbon. Lisbon is where? I know Tallinn is Finland.
Portugal, Lisbon.
Tallinn.
The question, business or pleasure.
Lisbon.
For Switzerland, being part of Schengen but not part of the European Union means that non-Swiss can check in anytime they like, but they can never stay. This kumbaya approach to borders isn't appreciated by everyone in the EU, most loudly the United Kingdom and Ireland, who argue that islands are different. Thus, to get onto these fair isles, you'll need a passport and a good reason. Britannia's reluctance to get fully involved with the EU brings us to the next topic, money. The European Union has its own fancy currency, the euro, used by the majority but not all of the European Union members. This economic union
Wait, they spend euros in England as well, right?
Pounds?
But like, do they use euros?
I don't know.
Because like here, they use like all
different currencies.
Different currencies. Right?
the Eurozone, and to join, a country must first reach certain financial goals. And lying about reaching those goals is certainly not something anyone would do. Most of the non-Eurozone members, when they meet the goals, is certainly not something anyone would do. Most of the non-Eurozone members, when they meet the goals, will ditch their local currency in favor of the euro. But 3 of them, Denmark, Sweden, and of course the United Kingdom, have asterisks attached to the euro section of the treaty, giving them a permanent opt-out. And
That's
weirdly,
crazy.
4 tiny European countries, Andorra, San Marino, Monaco, and Vatican City, have an asterisk giving them the exact reverse, the right to print and use euros as their money, despite not being in the European Union at all. So that's the big picture. There's the EU, which makes all the rules, the Eurozone inside of it with a common currency, the European Economic Area outside of it where people can move freely,
Cyprus as well.
and the selective Schengen for countries that think borders just aren't worth the hassle. As you can see, there's some strange overlap with these borders, but we're not done talking about complications by a long shot.
Wait, sorry.
There's some strange...
What?
So countries like Croatia, Bulgaria, and Romania, like what currency do they use?
Yeah.
overlap with these borders, but we're not done talking about complications by a long shot, once again, because empire. So Portugal and Spain have islands from their colonial days that they've never parted with. These are the Madeira and Canary Islands off the coast of Africa and the Azores well into the Atlantic. Because these islands are Spanish and Portuguese, they're part of the European Union as well. Adding a few islands to the EU's borders isn't a big deal until you consider France, the queen of not letting go. She still holds on to a bunch of islands in the Caribbean, Reunion off the coast of Madagascar, and French Guiana in South America. As far as France is concerned, these are France too. Which
France were like
handedly extends the edge-to-edge distance of the European Union across a third of the Earth's circumference. Collectively, these bits of France, Spain, and Portugal are called the outermost regions, and they're the result of the simple answer to empire: just keep it. On the other hand, there's the United Kingdom, the master of maintaining complicated relationships with her quasi-former lands, and she's by no means alone in this on such an empire-happy continent. The Netherlands and Denmark and France, again, all have what the European Union calls overseas territories. They're not part of the European Union, instead they're a bottomless well of asterisks due to their complicated relationships with both the European Union and their associated countries, which makes it hard to say anything meaningful about them as a group, but in general, European Union law doesn't apply to these places, though in general, the people who live there are European Union citizens because in general, they have the citizenship of their associated country, so in general, they can live anywhere in the EU they want, but in general, other European Union citizens can't freely move to these territories, which makes these places a weird semi-permeable membrane of the European Union proper, and the final part we're going to talk about in detail, even though there are still many more one-off asterisks you might stumble upon, such as the Isle of Man, or those Spanish cities in North Africa, or Gibraltar, who pretends to be part of Southwest England sometimes, or that region in Greece where it's totally legal to ban women, or Saba and friends, who are part of the Netherlands and so should be part of the EU but aren't, or the Faroe Islands, upon which while citizens of Denmark live, they lose their EU citizenship, and on it goes. Upon which while citizens of Denmark live, they lose their EU citizenship.
Wait. If Denmark citizens live on the island, they lose their EU citizenship.
And on it goes. These asterisks almost never end, but this video must.
Okay.
Wow, there was some weird information and
and it was kind of hard to keep up at some point.
yeah.
Why we got most of like what he was aiming for. So yeah, if you guys have like another video that like breaks it down and you want us to react to it, let us know in the comment section. So yeah, that's our reaction to the European Union Explained. I hope you guys will hope you loved it. If you did, maybe smash that subscribe button and we'll see you next time. Bye.